Last night, when word arrived of this power shift in Cuba, however temporary, many went into the streets of the Little Havana section of Miami and cheered. And it is still boisterous there right now.
Today on the same street corner in Little Havana, the word was freedom, freedom.
Cuban culture, Cuban faces. But this is not Havana, it's Miami, the heart of a community in exile. Some here knew Fidel Castro in their youth.
Y para siempre.
They've heard he's ill. They wish him dead. Around Miami's marinas and boatyards, there's growing speculation that as soon as Castro dies, the boats will be in the water heading for Cuba.
For Cubans desperate to leave their country and unable to do so legally, there is a new but dangerous route to enter the United States. It takes them through our neighbor to the south, Mexico, where ultimately, if they're successful, they can walk across the border. NBC's Mark Potter explains for us tonight in depth.
This woman recently made the long and frightening trip from Cuba to the U.S. She says she met with Cuban transporters in this small town near Havana. From there, she was driven west, then walked for miles through dense underbrush to a desolate beach, where in the dark of night, she and 37 others boarded a speedboat bound for the Yucatan Peninsula.
What kind of work are you looking for today?
Normally planting, working in nurseries or anything in the fields.
How much do you earn usually in one day here?
Normally within $30 and $40 a day. It depends.
How much do you keep and how much do you send home to your family?
I keep 20% and 80% I send back, mostly for the debt I owe. We have to pay the coyotes who smuggle us here.
Jose Padilla and two other South Florida men were found guilty of supporting terrorists overseas who waged holy war in Afghanistan, Bosnia, and elsewhere. Among key evidence, this application that prosecutors said Padilla filled out to attend an al-Qaeda training camp in Afghanistan. But defense lawyers claimed the three supplied only humanitarian aid.
Officials say the fraudulent billing of Medicare for equipment that's never delivered, fake medications, and phony doctor bills is simply out of control. An estimated $60 billion a year pilferage of America's health care safety net for the elderly and disabled. Until his arrest, this man ran a multi-million-dollar Medicare fraud. He says in Spanish the theft is so widespread and easy that for every crooked company shut down, 10 more spring up.
Do you even laugh when you see that commercial?
No.
Patty Reagan runs the nonprofit Center for Great Apes. Because they live 30 to 50 years, she estimates retirement costs at $500,000 per animal.
El mundo es ancho y ajeno, dice Ciro Alegría. Yo dije, el mundo es ancho y mío.
This is the story of La Gata, a showgirl, a world traveler, an orphan, and a single woman. She shares a few beauty secrets.
Bueno, yo duermo en formol, pero...
Las ilusiones pasadas, yo no las puedo arrancar.
But her most beautiful secret is the tango, with which she preserves the collective memory of her Argentine compatriots.
Cada uno tiene un retazo de vida en los tangos.
Her experiences are helping a new generation of immigrants to follow their dreams, in spite of the difficulties.
Que sean perseverantes, porque es muy difícil, muy difícil. Y yo triunfé una vez allá en España, triunfé en otros lados, pero viste cómo me caí también, así que eso nos puede pasar a todos.
The good thing about cats is that they always land on their feet.